All right, hey guys, welcome back to the OnePot podcast, episode 23, MJ number. It's your boy CN.
Trev, of course.
And this is Dennis. Welcome back, Dennis. Thank you.
Hey.
All right, we're
Where you
missing
been at?
Donville this week. You know, I had to go to my godson's last home football game, show some support to the
I
Sebastian
think
Sharks.
they played against someone we actually know.
Yeah.
Really?
I should say the name because
they
they
play
only.
Bayside? Because they played Bayside last week.
Yeah, I think it was Bayside.
Yo, they got wrecked.
Yo, shout out to all the little homies out there who playing baseball,
Pee-wee.
man, and doing their thing.
Yo, those little kids. Like, I know we sit there and you see like a little kid or whatever, like, man, I could pick him up, throw him across the room like it ain't nothing. But
Yeah.
those kids are fast, dog.
Yeah.
They are really, really fast on that football field. Like that, they pretty much beat that other team 45-0.
Wow.
It was pretty much
Breaking
impossible.
records at a young age.
Yo,
A lot of
for
kids
real.
crying.
I mean,
Well, you know, people
you
get,
should
they
have
get
seen the
participation
coaches, dog.
Yeah.
I remember there was the first game that I went to that he did. They beat that team 49-0. So like their team is
Steroids
really
going
good.
on?
Yo, for real.
Yo, for whatever they put in that juicy juice, dog. Like,
Yo, kill all
like,
inspiration.
but like
Nah, they just
I
give
remember
him
seeing
Kool-Aid,
the coach.
the red one.
You see the coach. He's like, "Yo, get the ball, and then he just throws the clipboard. Like, and he started walking away. I'm like, "Yo, you gotta support your team, even if they're not playing too."
Bye,
good."
Felicia.
Well, yeah, you know, shout outs to them. They're doing their thing. They're supposed to be playing like out of town teams now because they beat everybody that they went up against so far. They haven't lost, so.
All right.
Well, I
team-
mean, I'm happy to see young families going through stuff like that, especially if you're that parent who's doing that time and dedication for your child to be in another sport.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and not saying that we're talking ill of the team that lost, but for the guys who's winning, congratulations. For the team who lost, use it as a stepping stone. You know what I mean? Something that's going to help you move forward, make it tree and order, my lad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Talk to some Jamaican, get some yam and banana, and you know, some steamed fish and okra in your system.
Oh, I need that right now.
You feel me? Some rejuvenation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need that right now.
Speaking of rejuvenation, did you guys hear about that story about that lady that left her kids in the car?
Again?
Yeah, the amount of people be doing this foolishness now.
It's like, y'all don't realize turn the AC on?
Oh no, I don't think.
I wanna burn gas?
She's going to jail.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to jail. All right. So headline: Mother arrested for leaving children in the car for 9 hours.
My God, a work
Wow.
shift.
Here's the kicker: while out an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yo.
Yo,
She's hungry dog.
dog. Yo, home.
Does the news clip say how heavy she is? Like, you was there 9
Yeah,
hours.
not for real. 9 hours
Like-
in the all you can eat buffet?
Like, how big you
Yo,
can
oh.
imagine?
It said, according to the Richmond Police Department, 34-year-old Raquel Hernandez decided to leave her kids in the car.
Yo, she from Florida?
Nah, Virginia.
Close enough.
Yeah, yo, saved by the bell, right?
Yeah, right.
Like it's usually always somebody from Florida.
Or the Bronx.
Yeah.
All right.
So it said decided to leave her kids in the car while treating herself to an all-you-can-eat meal at the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill. Free promotion. The 400-pound
Golden Corral.
woman.
No shout out. They're
Yo.
disgusting.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
Yo, making you leaving your family member one child at a time in the car.
Y'all can kick rocks on that one. I do not like Golden Corral.
But
That's just me, though.
They be all right sometimes.
You're not alone, Trav. You're not alone.
You
That's
are
that struggle
not
buffet.
alone.
Yo, it's like Dunkin' Donuts. You know how Dunkin' used to be like, yo, Dunkin', American runs on Dunkin', and it's just like Dunkin' Donuts now. It's like, oh snap, we just upgraded our
sorry.
relationship.
I'm sorry. Even though they had all that whole situation with them kids back then, I'm still a Starbucks jit, dog. Like
What situation?
like where they
Oh, you remember the black guys?
Yeah.
Oh, the black people supposed to
Yeah.
poke?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
That
Protest.
That,
Protest.
that white mocha latte. I'm sorry, nobody else can make that. So like,
Well, I
Great
mean,
point.
everybody have them looking selling features because you know Dunkin's is a donut place if you want to get to. Well, I can't say
Not anymore.
because Krispy Kreme is
Yeah.
yo, ever since I found out Krispy Kreme has cake donuts,
that was it.
that's it. That was a tour right
Yeah,
there.
shout out to Krispy Kreme. I will be stopping whenever that hot sign comes
Shout
on.
out to all these
Free
diabetics.
promotion. The one up here is open 24 hours.
I know, but I like when the hot sign comes on.
Yeah, when you drive by and that's not on, it's like, oh, disgusting.
Thing is, like, I don't want that.
What y'all doing?
Hey, where y'all turning that sign on?
Are you trying to send me to Dunkin' Donuts?
What are y'all thinking? Come
Yo,
on.
I remember the last time I went to Dunkin', and I mean the last time. Like I was sitting here, I got it was during fall season, and I went and got something for Sammy, and she wanted something, and then I got something for myself. And Renee doesn't drink coffee, so like I got the pecan iced latte or whatever it was, or whatever you call that stuff.
Pecan.
Hey, look,
Is
my
it
dude's a
pecan or
pecan.
is it pecan?
No,
because I've been
you-
saying pecan my whole life.
Hey,
I
look, that
still
is
need hooked on phonics. I can't talk.
tomato, dog.
I still need hooked on
So,
phonics.
like,
I can't talk.
I sat there and I got the drink and something told me to taste it before I left. So I put the straw in it and I tasted it. I was like, yo, you ain't mixed this. And he's like, oh yeah, we did mix it. I'm like, you did not mix it because I just tasted it. And on top of just tasting it, this at the bottom is supposed to be mixed into the drink. So I gave it back to him and then he gave it back and then I tasted it again and I looked at it and I was like, yo, can you make me another one, please? Because like you went ahead and made another one, and then he gave me that one, and then I tasted that one. I was like, "Yo, can you make my drink, please?" Because I don't think he knows what he's doing, and I'm backing up the line. So can you go ahead and just give me one of these?
Like you need to hook this thing up properly.
Yeah,
dog.
and then gave me that. I was like, "This is what it's supposed to taste like." Thank you, and then took off or whatever, and then got back to
Dennis,
Sam's crib, and
just
Sam
don't
was
ever
like,
eat back at that place, dog. Dude,
Sam-
be waiting for you.
You be waiting
Yeah,
for you.
I got Sam back to Sam and Renee's crib and then gave her hers and then she tasted it. She was like, "Yo, they didn't mix this." I was like, But okay, back to this.
Down to get your mix on. Yo,
All right.
I'm gonna say this. While Dennis is getting back to it, yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I want to say the media, the world is been entertaining this weekend. I want to know if you guys hear about the teacher who got with I guess is a senior in high school.
Hold on. Hold that thought.
All
Let
right,
me
go
finish
on.
this one first, or else we ain't gonna go back to it.
Yeah, because that was another big one too.
All right, here. Listen carefully.
All right.
The 400-pound woman.
There we
answers
go.
Your question.
Yes.
Hey, got a gold star.
Oh man, no shade, but damn, like arrived around 11 a.m. 11 a.m.
Right.
morning time, and was still eating when the police arrived
God.
on the site. God forgive me. Was still eating when the police arrived on the site at 8:20 p.m.
8:20 p.m.
Yo, so
PM,
you know what I've learned in that process? Yo, it was an all you can eat buffet, right? For the 400-pound lady.
It's Gordon Corral.
Yeah. Dog, like she said, 29-year-old Sarah Ferguson, the waitress who warned the police, says she noticed the kids in the car when she arrived for his shift and saw them again when she finished work. And I quote, "I saw them in the car when I arrived at 11:30 in the morning and thought their mother was gone for a quick visit to a nearby pharmacy or something. But when I finished my shift 8 hours later, they were still there." So called the police. The waitress said she was shocked to find out the mother of the children was a customer she had served during her entire shift. She was there the whole 8 hours I worked. I must have picked up at least 60 empty plates from her table.
Dog.
Yo.
60. Jeez, man.
Yo, I'm gonna say this.
Dog.
Yo, where was she storing the food? They basically
She was eating, dog.
she was
Right?
eating for an
There was
Dog.
another case that was like that.
Yo, 400 pounds. Yo, look.
Just give up.
Yo, just drop her Africana dog or something. Yo, for real. Just drop her into the hot sun so she can melt for a little bit, dog.
God.
It says the single mother of 4 will now face charges of child abandonment and 4 charges of child neglect. If found guilty on all charges, Ms. Hernandez could lose custody of her children and spend up to 20 years in prison. She was freed from jail this morning at a
Prison can't hold her.
No, they can't hold her.
$12,500
Yo, they give you
bail.
3 squares meal. She just left the all you can eat buffet where the lady said she did like 60 something dishes. Yo, I'm gonna keep it
Yo,
real.
imagine walking into jail.
Look.
Yo, what you in for? Oh, I put
Look.
down 65 plates.
I'm gonna say it like this,
They
guys.
call the
Not to
cops.
hate no people being in prison, but if that's what my taxpayer money is going to, can't do it, bro. Can't do it.
Shoot, there was one dude that was at an Asian buffet for 6 hours, and they called the cops on him. They're like, "Yo, like you gotta go."
No, I'm
He's
gonna
like,
say
"No,
this.
it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm
Yo.
supposed to be able to eat as much as I want."
Yeah, you
It's like,
can.
no, but you've been here too long.
Yo, no, dog.
Like,
no. Yo, matter of fact, if I paid for my table, bro, I'm gonna sit here and eat all night.
See,
like,
but
he has a point.
here's the thing: you go from being an asset to a major liability. If you're eating for 4 hours on that same $12, like
Yo, you ever watch Hunger
you put
Games?
down 13 like trays, not plates, trays of chicken. Like the dude was putting down the chicken, the ribs, the rice. like they literally named off all the stuff he was killing off.
You know,
like
they're back there watching y'all.
every time they brought out a new tray of ribs,
Yeah.
he murked it. So like after a while, they're like, "Yo, dog, like
How
you
did he
gotta
not pass
go,
out?
bro.
Yo, after my first couple racks of rib, yo, I'm like,
Bro, you gotta train for that, dog.
yo, that's an Olympic sport, dog.
Push it
Yo,
to the
y'all
limit."
ever
Pushing
see
that push.
someone so fat that you like your eyes kind of watery, and you're just like, you know what, I need to go to the gym. Like, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna work on myself. just saying It inspired me.
Inspired
to
you, like,
go
you know what?
to the gym.
You know what? You about to eat?
Like
I need to look down this burger.
better
Like,
my life. Like, yo.
let me just wrap you back up.
Yo, it
It's like you
reminds me
crying
of
like you
what
just
was
mom
it-
just
what
told
was
her-
that
telling
show where the lady went to go get weighed, and her dude was a big dude too. Like
My 600-pound life.
yeah, I think that's what it was. And then like they put her on the scale, and she was like that, like no shade. Like they put her on the scale,
Oh,
and
no.
she was pushing
That's
like
another
eight,
topic.
eight something, and then dude was standing there. He was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, that's your wife, dog." She started crying, bro.
Yo,
like I felt so
guys,
bad.
Look, just to get it clear, we're not body shaming nobody.
Yeah,
you know,
like-
because I do like some ladies with some grab to them. Yeah, you know what I mean. But
Oh, yeah, dog.
but look,
I love me some chunk, dog.
yeah, but when you start hitting some massive numbers, it's gonna have some health concerns. And so we're not body shaming. We're just saying that, yo, mommy, look, if you're gonna eat and want to get some stuff like that, just work it off.
I just want to know how you could put down food for 9 hours straight. Like I
Can
can.
get your kids in the car.
Yo, it's
Then
not-
I
yo,
know
it's-
starving.
The
it's an
amount
Olympic
that I used to
sport.
be able to eat during Thanksgiving, I can't put down that much anymore. I used
No.
to be able to eat as a kid.
Yo, guys,
I can't
look,
do
look,
it.
when I go to all you can eat buffet, the amount of I can only go 2 plate tops. So when I mean tops, I mean the first plate I'm gonna get what I want, and then on the second plate, this is like, look, this is the 1 and 2 lingering things that I thought I wanted to try.
Unless it's the volcano or the white girl sushi plates.
Oh, that's
those
something different.
I could put down a couple plates.
I was there recently, and
Yes.
I had a white girl. Can't do that by myself, by the way.
No,
The whole
no,
thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's a
I'm
lot.
like,
It's a lot to the flavor. When
Yeah.
you split it up,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But
Yo,
I'm
yo,
sorry.
shout out to Dow. Free promotion.
free promotion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that needs Jenny Craig and
Yeah.
Go Cleanse. I
Yeah.
want people to get on Go Cleanse. I heard it's not
Yes.
for weight loss. It's
With
for
this impurities.
detox.
Yes,
Yeah.
and guys, look, scientific fact, they say that the human being naturally have about 30 pounds of built up toxins in their system. So if you want to lose some weight, that's 30 pounds right there. Just
Bro, Turbo Lax will fix that.
just
dog.
blow it out.
Oh God, that hurts.
Blow it out. Yo, all right.
But
So guys, look, I want to get to this teacher thing because this teacher thing was kind of funny to me. And it's not even that because kind of watch the interview. I don't really want to call the names because obviously I'm promoting any teacher doing that activity.
Right.
But I want to shout out to I want to know, where were these teachers at when I was in school?
you said what?
Oh, see, I think I know what you're going to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, because she's basically said all right, I don't want to call her name. There's a teacher who got in conflict with her school because she was messing with a teenager in her school. The teenager was 17 at the time, right? 16, 17. But the information didn't really come public until he was 18. She was aware that he was not 18 when she was trying to talk to him. She knew when he was going to become 18, so she kind of weighed upon
Redshirt him.
Yeah, she redshirted him. You
Alright.
feel me? But she was been inviting homie over to the crib.
Yeah.
You know, trying to do his thing.
Red shirt?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
All right, I'm happy how you said that because a red shirt in college, it basically comes out in college football or in college sport, meaning that you're going to stay back an extra year. You know what I mean? To play.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was a young player instead of basically you can't play him, but you're gonna let him train in the sport or the event. Right. I like how I use that word train. Yeah, I'm loving my new word vocabulary for different things nowadays.
My new word is trash.
It's trash.
I throw like a ninja star. Trash.
Yeah, trash. No, but she had him playing she was playing the event, right? Playing the sport, but he wasn't getting the official title. So basically after he was grown, she tried to give him a title, you know, but everybody found out about it. The story broke out and she has to adjust for atone for what happened. And I mean, she didn't get arrested because she didn't get found out while it was in school. But now, you know, text message got out and everybody kind of saw the conversation, saw that what they were talking about and was completely aware that, you know, she was a teacher and, you know, and he's a student and they were doing things while they're in school. You feel me? You know, I mean, I'm going to go as in depth for all the people who want me to get as graphic as possible because we're going to get graphic today, guys. Yeah, shout out to AJ. So, AJ, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a 5-second warning sometime in the podcast so you can step away.
4. Oh, okay, you're not
it ain't time for him yet. But, you know, it's to the sense that she was doing some things with him, you know, because if you're talking about a teacher talking to another teenager saying that, yo, you're going to come over and so I can give you a massage. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh. But I want to say again, where was this teacher when I was in high school? So if you're a teacher who listens to this podcast, please reach out to me.
What? Yo.
Just so I can have an understanding why.
Yo, dog.
Why,
I'm not going to lie. I was trying to pull my English teacher senior year. Like, I was, dog. When I say I was trying hard, bro. Like, I was like borderline getting sent to the office. Like, she's like, oh, if you don't stop, I'm going to send you to the office. I'm like, you don't send me to the office, but you still blushing, though.
Yes.
It's like, yo, go to your desk.
Your desk could be in your house. I'll show up right there, right now. I'm going to stop.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to say, you know, and
all hands in.
The reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, it's becoming a common thing. I've been noticing in the last, 2-3 years. Yeah. There's 4 or 5 teacher each year that's getting busted for doing this. And you'll think that based on the fact that how teachers being caught, right, that you just see these numbers declining, but instead of it declining, it's increasing. Yeah. Because of this year so far, you see, I just talk about 4 or 5. Yeah. They're up to 7.
Yeah.
It's because
right?
it's a challenge.
This year. So, oh no, they're gonna catch us. I just know how to do it quietly. Hey, just pay. Give them enough cookies.
It's like, yo, you ain't no snitch, right? Yeah, you ain't no snitch, Jerome.
Jerome. Have you noticed it hasn't been like a Jerome, a Tyrone,
it's been little white boys,
little African. No, it's none of them. There's no black.
It's no like authentic Lations names.
Yeah. See, as bad as it sounds, if it was me in that position, bro,
shut up. Just shut up.
I would have been on the honor roll. I'm telling you right now, I would have been on the honor roll, dog.
Hey, I can't say it like that, dog, because I can't say my son going through the same issue. The boy like off him teacher. So then it said he liked his English teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yo, he liked his teacher, and now his grade is increasing. You know, in school. Oh, so I'm like, there you go, dog.
You're gonna make your wife kill that lady.
Well, look. I'm gonna say, now, as I said, guys, I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not talking against the people's sexuality, but from my preference, not forcing my son to do whatever he want, to do anything. I mean, one of the purpose that he's here is based on the fact that a man and a woman got together and brought him here. So for the fact that he's in love with a woman teacher, right, is a good feeling to me. I know he ain't gonna get. Well, I can't say I know he ain't gonna get nowhere because he's only 5 years old. Yeah. But still, I will hope the teacher don't go that route. Yeah. Because that's a whole other conversation to my 5-year-old son. But as you guys can hear, we talk about things like this couple episodes. Are gonna realize, in the nature of boys being boys, things like this be happening. Because
questionable situation.
And I didn't use the word questionable situation because, for some reason in society, society, it's like girls should hold on to something. You know, all right, I'm gonna say like in society, it's prideful for a girl to hold on to her virginity for as long as possible. But then for a guy, he has to kind of
You look weak.
you look weak if you get rid of it. You know what I mean? So the pressure is, and I use the word pressure. The pressure in so many different ways. It's hard. It's hard for a guy to hold on to his thing, his virginity, in the sense that you know, you're gonna have the girls who think of it as a challenge, right? To be like, yo, okay, well, I'm a little bit experienced. I want to see what it feels like to be with somebody who's not experienced, so I can teach them a little thing, you know, because everybody have different things that challenges them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then for the guys, them know it's either it's hard for you to hold on to it because your friends them. And I mean, as a Jamaican, I use the word bridging people.
Yeah.
Your bridging them is gonna make fun of you and say, yo, you didn't get nothing yet.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then it's a whole nother thought. And for the guys to lie and say, yo, I know what I'm doing, but when I get to the main event, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, when I was young, went live to can't lie no more. Oh yeah, I get some. Yeah. What are you talking about? She don't go to the same school as me. That's basically it, right?
Yo, I had like 52 of them. 52. Can you even count that?
You whore.
Yeah, you got body counts.
Yeah.
Yo, body counts, dog. You know,
but
but
what do you do? Well, you guys aren't advanced enough for me to talk about it like that. So like, yeah, y'all figure it out. So like, nah.
Yeah. When you start, like, okay, I was sheltered, right, and didn't know nothing until maybe 10th grade, right?
Yeah.
And then when I started finding out what this, that, and the third was, I was like, wait, ew, what? Wait, hold on, y'all do what?
Yeah, I remember in science class. What was it, 6th grade? We're sitting there like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch a movie today. We're like, yeah, movie time. So what happened was she popped up the video on the screen, and all I saw was like some like skin tone or whatever, and like what looked like to be like a slit. So I'm like, okay, what is this, like an eyeball or something?
Yeah.
And then it just
when it opened up, you saw the world.
Yo, it was like something off of the Alien versus Predator movie. Like you just saw like the slit like open up, and then slowly but surely, like it just like stretched, and then the blood started coming out. Kind of graphic, but the blood started coming out. Then you seen the head come out, and I was like, oh shit! Like, you know? It's like, yeah, this is a video of a woman giving birth. And like the whole class was in shock. So like how Trevor was on that ill tip, I was like, dog, like I'm good. Like,
Yo, I hear everybody talk about you. Got a guy at work who tells me that, you know, him and his wife going through some difficulties in different areas. And I was like, what do you mean? Because, you know, I'm not gonna say I'm experienced. Experience is not the word. I think the word I'm looking for is
seasoned.
Is seasoned or adventurous and trained in some sense. You know, I've been in this sport for quite some time. You know,
my dog said he's an Olympian, dog.
Yeah, no. So you see, so I started dropping some knowledge in. Yeah. I was dropping some knowledge of some things that him should try with him wife. You know, not saying I'm trying to put anybody relationship out there. So AJ, this is your 5-second warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bye. All right, bye, AJ. So, you know, and the reason why I was telling him some things, though, you know, and I have things like I name, and I'm not saying they don't have names. I just don't know the technical name of them. You know, when I'm doing these things, I don't think about what other people are naming them. Probably the name I give them. So I was teaching him about like the double and triple play. You feel me? So double and triple play, and he was like, "What is a triple play?" I was like, yo, well, you know, it's considered doing something extra because we're going to talk about motions of sexual intercourse. We already know the common goal of the action is penetration, right? So after
it's the nut, bro.
No, I mean,
jeez, dude.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, no, Dennis is right. It's the nut, right?
Yeah. Stop censor y'all.
No.
My version is.
No. Well, Trevor. Well, it's to get in the point of no return.
There we go.
Yeah, all right.
The point of no return.
School.
And shout out to Trevor's editing version.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's to finish the race.
It's to finish the race.
There we go. Thank you.
We're gonna talk about the finish of the race, right? But I want you to understand, guys. In that event of a race, that race for a male and a female is ran in two different ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this: for our guys, it's a long distance sport. For our ladies,
For some of them, it's a short distance.
yeah. Shout out to all the dudes who I guess only can run a short.
Horrible man. Why are you man shaming today?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's running these
I
short
don't know if y'all
distance.
seen the whole movement that has been going on Facebook. The I still beat though movement. Like,
No.
because females gotten to a point where not everybody can go like 10, 15 minutes. Like if you go for an hour all the time, you're probably lying. But not everybody can do that. So you have the ones that can only last a certain duration of time, and the females start shaming them. So the dudes, they just banded together and started saying, "I still beat though." Like,
Yo, all right,
I still beat
That's
though.
so
Like,
weak.
it's like, oh, you ain't even last. Blah blah blah. You ain't do this. You can't even do nothing.
Yeah, but it's Dennis
Like,
proved my point.
That's all it is.
For a male, it's a long distance event, right? For a female, it's a sprint. And I'm gonna say this, girls. I want to shout out to you. I want to shout out to the ladies who do multiple sprints in this one event.
Yeah, multiple. Amen.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the champions.
Shout out to the champion.
The true Olympians of the sport.
Knock on wood. Shout out to all the girls who's running multiple sprints in that long distance events.
Shout out to the ones who could high jump.
Yes.
Praise
Who
the
could?
Lord.
Who could? Long jump.
It's long jump. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, hurdle.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hurdles.
Yeah, and especially the ones who can do that pole vault. Is what I'm saying? So we're back to the event, and he was asking me about the double and triple play and about things that he's doing. And I'm gonna say it like this, guys. The reason why I brought it up, because some of us in our relationship, we get conservative, and I'm gonna use the word conservative in the sense that, when things just started, we try to be adventurous, but then when something becomes a norm, it just becomes a norm.
Mm-hmm.
My wife used to always say, if I had to just roll over and jump in, she couldn't have never done it. It would have been boring for her.
Roll over and jump in.
Into the pool. Sir.
Into the pool, sir.
Oh, gotcha.
You feel what I'm saying?
Splash.
Splash.
Shoot, some people just lay next to it.
No, well, and I'm happy. And then,
But
but you see, Trev, that brings the
Planks.
point.
That's them planks, bro. They don't ever touch the pool.
They never touch a pool. But you see, Trev, you see how you use the word boring? That's what he felt like. He felt like she would just lay down, he would have just roll over, or just roll over, right? And get to the end of the race, and the race was done.
Giggity.
And then he started feeling like like him doing them things, and his wife wasn't even she wasn't even running no more. She may be coaching him throughout the race, like, baby, you running, right? Or he getting close to the end of the race.
So it stopped being fun for her.
Yeah, for him it started to stop getting fun. But he's thinking if it stopped being fun for him, and he's thinking about what expressions and feelings he thinks he's giving her, that's bringing this part out. He started to worry about things that he wanted that could be done. Now, the reason why he asked me about this, now, guys, I'm gonna say this: I'm very open about my sexuality and things that I've done and things that I've experienced and gone through. So, based on saying that, it was more like, hey, I see how you're with your wife. If you're with your wife longer than I have been with my wife, and you seem so happy, and you have these type of things you're talking about, right? And I just feel so shy, and me and my wife hasn't been married long enough, and I don't seem to feel the same way you feel. What are you doing different that could help me?
I do got to bring that thug out of him. Like he got to do stuff that he doesn't normally do, because like the whole approach. Okay, I won't say it, but like it was like, it's like when it comes, you got to spice it up sometimes though. Like if you're sitting there, your normal approach is to, roll up, massage the shoulders and stuff, and like, be all cute with it. Be rough one time.
No,
like,
so then
I'm telling you, like, run up on her, like, with like nothing on, just
Well,
like full mask.
Yeah, Dennis. No, Dennis. All right, you see how
what's
you
good?
said? You see how you say that?
It should be like, oh, okay.
No, Dennis. This is how you said that. Now, for example, I asked him.
Pineapples.
Shoot, apples. Yo, I looked at him. I was like, yo, question. You know what I mean? So now I had to get graphic. So guys, for anybody who's sensitive, this is your moment as well. I was asking him, do you know your wife's G spot? He was like, I've heard terminologies like that.
Sorry, I forgot.
You feel what I'm saying, Trev? He heard terminologies like that, but he just didn't think it's stuff that exists.
I thought it was a legend.
So, and I'm gonna say this. I'm not shaming anybody, but when his wife had kids for him, she has 2 kids for him. Mm-hmm. So her body's been stretched and came back to a certain form. So in his mind, he's like, yo, she's just, her body's already grown to his attachments. If I can say it any cleaner, you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's grown to his attachment. So he's like, yo, he doesn't think he's doing anything extra. He may not feel like he's pushing walls anymore. Like he's already at the point where yes, there's some wall pushment, but it's just the regular walls he's being pushed, and he wants to know how to spice that up even more. So I started telling him. I started with a double play first because and I'll come back around to the triple play. I started with a double play. So he was like, how does the double play work? And what do you do? And does it require specific positions and things like that? And I was like, well, yes, because you can only do certain things based on how your body is. You're using your body at the moment. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say this, Pete, for any male or female out there who's flexible, shout out to all the ladies who are extremely flexible, who can do a little bit extra while you're doing some things. Depends on your flexibility, you can do some things. So I'm going to say this. While his girl is riding him, right? I don't think I can get any cleaner than that, Trev.
Yeah.
All right.
You're edging.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Look, so while his girl is riding him, should learn how to play with 2 different parts of her body, right? Mm-hmm. While she's doing that. And that will help increase pleasure in certain ways. And I mean, he thought about it. And he was like, I call that a double play, guys. And that's the reason why I gave them name, because you're playing with 2 body parts. It's not, I'm not going to say it's a very, very heavily comforting position for a guy, but if you're worrying about making sure your shorty or your girl is getting the maximum pleasure of what she wants, mm-hmm. right? That's what these are things you can help with. So based on me telling him that, he was like, he never thought about doing even remotely anything like that. So he thought it would have been a good topic for me to bring in for this episode, because he's like, yo, look, these are things that guys are going through that is not going to come out and say it. You feel what I'm saying? He's like, yo, and he brought up another fact. He's like, yo, I want you to understand, if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of sexual content or sexual advice or advice in general about sexuality.
What was the name of that show that used to come on? What was it? I think it was like Sex Talks with...
that old lady?
That old white lady. Dog, I learned a lot from her.
No, but you see,
I'm not gonna lie.
No, but see, Dennis, you see how you said you tuned in? Mm-hmm. It's like, this is something that as male and boys, we don't talk about anymore, because I guess some of us is so conscious in the fact that, and that's the reason why we started with we talked about virginity first, mm-hmm. is because it's so hard for us to be comfortable around our peoples and our peers that we can't gain the advice we need to do these things. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? Because, for example, not saying, when I was growing up, my uncle then was telling me, yo, you got to get it in. You feel me?
Secure the bag.
Yeah, secure the bag. So when I was younger and I was doing my thing, it was like, yo, I just got to get it in. Now, I'm going to say this, based on where I'm at in my relationship, I know getting in is coming. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be having fun to the build up of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Because we're gonna talk about the spool splashing, right? You feel what I'm saying?
The thing that I took away from that show is what she said is, you can't be in it for yourself. The moment that you're in it for yourself,
yes,
that's it. Both of you have to have the goal of pleasing the other person if you want to get the most out of it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this.
None of y'all were creeped out by this old lady talking like this?
Nah, I just looked at her.
Yo,
she was like Gandalf, dog. Like, yo, she was a wizard, dog. Like,
true. You see, Dennis like the old lady. The old lady was good for me. For me, it was Real Sex, and I want to use that Real Sex on HBO.
Yeah,
because Real Sex taught about different things. I want to say this. I I understand what a G spot was before, but Real Sex had episode that broke it down. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say this all right, guys, just to understand, there are different things you can do, and for understand the G spot, one of the reasons why females like getting tapped from the back, if I can say it the best I can right there, is because naturally you get to the way the male and female body are put together at that moment, we get to help to caress parts of the G spots.
Oh, okay.
So that's one of the reasons why ladies like it that much. Like, you know, the whole regular stuff is all love. You know, it's all good because it's gonna get the job done, right? But sometimes it's those extra stuff that you need. So, for example, I was telling him, like when you're doing that from the back, I call it this is a quick hitter. If you know what I'm saying, find ways to play with the home plate, right? While you're doing that from the back. And he was like, that's gonna be uncomfortable. I was like, yo, look, since we're talking about you figuring getting ways to please your wife more, think of it is that you're gonna be uncomfortable for a little bit doing that. You're still gonna get your pleasure, but you're gonna watch your shorties thing go off, right?
Yeah.
Now, guys, this conversation happened to me on Tuesday.
Okay.
We're recording on Saturday, right?
Right.
So he went home and tried. He didn't try all because he didn't get to the triple plate. That's why I left the triple plate for last.
I'm kind of scared to hear what your way is going to be, but okay.
You know,
I'm gonna see if I can learn something.
So after when he went and he tried the single hitter was from the back, right? He was like, yo, his girl looked at him and thought he was cheating on her because she was like, yo, you did some things that made my body felt different, and where the life did you learn these things? You feel what I'm saying? So then, she told him that she spoke to a coworker. So, and it's funny because I don't want to shout her out. You know who you are, in a sense that your husband asked for some things, came home and did it with you, and you started liking it. And she was supportive because in the point she was like, yo, I think I want to reach out to your wife to find out if I can do any things.
Yo, MVP. Give her the MVP award, bro.
MVP
Give
award.
her the MVP award for that, dog.
And that's the reason why I think because as boy being boys, if he just basically felt like, yo, he didn't want to lose his wife. And that's real. Like, I didn't want to lose my wife. I want to make sure I'm pleasing my wife. And these are things that I would like to learn. And I want to say this. Do you know people pay psychiatrists and psychologists, thousands of dollars just for simple advice that you can get from your friends?
You know what's funny? That goes back to that conversation we were having a while back where we were talking about, marriage is a business and all that other type of stuff sometimes. And
Yes.
I said that part has a lot to play into it as well.
Yeah.
That plays on it because certain people, like, you need that. Like, you can't completely outcast that whole side of yourself. So how, like, he switched it up and she loved it.
Yes.
And I'm telling you.
So, all right, Dennis.
The fact that she's going out of her way to go and try to figure out how to please him now, they spiced it up.
So, all right, I was not working Thursday, right? So he did the hitter, the one hitter. She enjoyed the one hitter. Called me and asked me if I could give him more details on the double hitter, how the double hitter worked. Gave him the double hitter. Wife is loving the double hitter. So after the double hitter, he's promoting. He that's when this thing bear fruit because I was like, you know what it is now.
You need your own review section on Amazon.
My own
5 stars.
My own review. Now, guys, and the reason why I'm teaching and I'm giving insight to what these things are and how to try to accomplish it because do it with your partner. And for anybody who's listened to the podcast who's already doing these things with your partner, shout out to you because I hope your partner knows and appreciates that you did take the time and effort to know what the body is and the body likes. But I want to say this, and most women have their own features, have their own hot buttons.
Yeah.
But some of these hot buttons that we're going to be using is buttons that are hot for a reason. We're going to talk about the first one of the first sensitive part is I wish I could find a cleaner way to say
yes, I wish too.
The areola.
Okay.
Scientific term.
Scientific term. Yo, all right. One of the sensitive part is the areola, right? So, it's to stimulate the areola and the clitoris. Scientific.
There you go.
Science,
My boy over here.
scientific
White
term.
lab coat and all that.
All right. So
Such an N-word.
so is you know what? And I basically tell them because I want to say this. Look, guys. Now we're gonna talk about the G spots, right? And how it's hitting. Now, if a girl is on top of a guy, you are stimulating that G spot in a more stronger way. If you can find yourself to play with the clitoris and the areola at the same time while kissing your girl, that will take that experience to a whole nother level. Because for one, if a female never got her G spot hit before, right, it's just going to help stimulate her G spot even more to help it expand, because it kind of expands like a balloon in there sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie, when you first find that right there,
it changes lives.
Dog, like the amount of power you have when you first find that spot is incredible.
So now, guys, I want you to imagine finding that spot for one, right? Now, find for any woman that would tell you that. You see, then it says it's powerful. If you find it and you have power, and you add more power to it, can you imagine the effect? You feel me? So
use your power for
now.
evil.
I want to say this, guys. He used the double hitter, right? And these are things that I've experienced before, right? He used a double hitter, and he said for the first time ever in over 9 years he's known his wife, he's made his wife squirt.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Let me shake your hand, dog.
Let me slap it because I can't have that word.
Hey, Trevor, water squirts, sir. So I'm something different. All right. We're going to find another term for this.
I'm not going to lie. The first time I seen that caught me off guard.
Well, no, I want you to say this. Homie said he had it, and for the fact he didn't, after this was done to him, right? His wife passed out. He's never done anything to make his wife pass out. She passed out, woke up, and made him dinner instantly. He didn't even look at her and be like, "Baby, I'm hungry." So he goes to me, "Yo, dog, what power did you just give me?" You know, and I had to explain to him, it's just powerful right now. When her body gets used to it, it's going to get back to regular side effects.
This is a side note. Didn't think this conversation was going to go this way at all. But continue.
Trevor, I told you.
I know you was going to say certain ways, and I'm like, all right.
Yes.
I was more talking about how men is always how do you even word it?
Hey,
I don't even know how to word it. But you know what? Next week I'll find a way.
We'll get back to him because we find a way to tie it in. It always everything has meat to it, right? And it's surprising when you start seasoning the meat. They say things to a specific flavor.
Are we talking about actual food here now?
No, I'm talking about actual food. But I wanted to talk about it, and I want to say this, guys. I want to talk about this. And the reason why I want to talk about it because people marriage fail. In the sense that people don't know what to ask, what to do, what to try. Are you even listening? Now, I want to say this, guys. Double play, triple play, no matter what play I give you, it may not work for you. But what I would hope that as a man, that you learn your partner's body.
Exactly.
Learn their hot notes. Learn how to push it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't want to say this. I've messed with girls in my earlier lifetime who did not like their areola being stimulated. You know what I mean? The clitoris stimulation is always a given because it's one of the most sensitive area of the woman's body that doesn't get touched or stimulated at all. You feel what I'm saying? But I know ladies who was like, "Yo, don't touch that." So for me to even say, "Yo, the double play is gonna always work," it's not necessarily because you may find a female who don't like that,
right? Okay.
But it helps stem to certain things. It helps stem for you to learn something else to utilize in a relationship. And I want to say this, guys. The reason why I brought this up again is because when you do research, like, and I did a small look just to go on YouTube to see how much people look into information like this. You have video episodes of these things, 22 million views.
Yes,
22 million views, and you realize, you know, I mean, not even cheating doesn't even break limits to a sexual experience in a relationship, because one of the main reasons why people end up cheating in a relationship it's because your partner can't sexually please you in that way. Because that's what most people cheat for. It's not
That
really
part.
money. You feel what I'm saying?
Or status.
Or status. Because you look at, I'm gonna say this, look at a movie star who has like, you know what I mean, a wife, or a male movie star who has another wife who's a movie star, his wife is a movie star, right? But bringing in $10-20 million a year. That's a lot of money. But cheats on her with the maid. Just because the maid could pole vault better than his wife.
I just remember.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why, and that's the reason why I'm reiterating that. Like, as boys, we got to learn how to ask these questions. Because I'm gonna say this: growing up, I had someone teach me a lot of these things. But if I was not taught certain things, right? Imagine me not knowing what to do. Now I'm looking at one of the reasons why my wife enjoys my pleasure so much, and I'm thinking about
Right, AJ.
Right, AJ. And I'm thinking about, now let's look at the other guy's wife. Like, she's never experienced anything like this before. And I'm not sure what her previous experience was before her husband. You know? And I want to give her props because we're in a generation now, because they're younger than me. And I'm not that old, guys. I'm only 34 years old. You feel me? But people who's younger than me, whenever they come across obstacle like this in relationship, it's a quick summon to say bye. Like, yo, you don't know what you're doing? I'm out.
Man, all you gotta do for the quickest guideline is listen to that Ludacris song, Fantasy. Yeah, that came out as a kid. Like, you're sitting there riding a beat. You're like, okay, this is nice. This is cool. And then you get a little bit older and you realize what he's talking about. And you're like, yo, this is literally an instruction booklet.
Backseat windows up.
That's the way I like it.
Okay. Right.
Luda, rip the pants and rip the shirt. Like,
yo, but you see,
Me too.
No,
Absolutely
me too. Trev, you see how you say that?
Yeah.
I remember that before Ludacris, I used to like the Tupac song. How do you want it?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Coming up in the cascade, living in the fast lane. I'm for real. But look, no, that song to me, from a rap gangster standpoint, was official. You feel me? And I'm gonna show you how official it was. I didn't even realize it was official. A female told me how official it was, and was like, listen to the lyrics of the song. And I was like, yo, but it was Tupac gangster. How do you want it, girl? She was like, listen to what he's describing in the songs. Now, when I heard what he was describing in the song, I was like, oh, shout out to Tupac.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying?
To like people like Trey songs and all that, like the ones that are like making like that love music. Like, you have certain females that love that sensual stuff.
Yes.
And then you got the ones that love the rough stuff. And it's the same with dudes too. Like, what was that episode? The episode of, how far in Shameless are you?
I don't want to talk about Shameless.
Shameless
Hurts right now. Like, she just got arrested. Spoiler alert. She got arrested, got probation.
The mom?
No. The sister. The oldest sister.
Oh, Fiona.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
over there. Season 4. Blah, blah, blah. My mom's almost at season 6, by the way.
Right, so you already passed the part with Jody and Sheila when they were doing their thing. And then they're playing. He plays
with the mom.
Yeah, and he plays Dark Side of the Moon whenever he smashes the mom.
One dude said he played Dark Side of the Moon.
My power, my pleasure, my pain. And he sits there after he does that, like he busts his nut, and then he starts crying. And then he has her hold him after.
Yo, Trevor, I'm gonna keep it real. This week episode, we're gonna call it the rated R edition. Please,
please,
Trevor, no bleeping. Just put rated R.
Oh my god,
this is FCC. They don't care.
Oh man, dog! That if you haven't seen Shameless, that is an episode you need to see, because that one part had tears running down my face, dog. Because Jody's the type of, he's like, because most people think like all dudes want like the heavy stuff. Jody's the emotional love maker.
Oh,
which is what made it hilarious, because like looking at him, you didn't expect that from him. Like when you see him and he doesn't talk, you automatically like assume a persona for Jody.
A triple OG over there.
And as soon as Jody starts talking, you're like, yo,
stay quiet, Jody.
This is a good dude. like he's a really, really good dude, but he's hilarious, dog. But like, also at the same time, according like from what you're saying, you also gotta find what approach you're good at too. Because one thing that works for you doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for Trev. Like,
no,
you feel me? Like it's like everybody's approach is different.
You see,
everybody's good at different things.
And I'm happy that Dennis said that, because what you have to do, guys, I'm gonna say this: play in your advantages.
Right.
Don't play to your disadvantage. Because if you're not good at something, right? And I'm not saying it like this, like if you're not good at something, don't try to learn it. Like, try to learn it. But if you try to learn it and it's not working for you, use what you're doing and make it better. It's not to reinvent the wheel, right? Because the wheel already existed. Mm-hmm. But now we got it on cars that's going 400 or 500 miles an hour.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's to improve it and make it better. Mm-hmm. You learn about what you know. Learn about what you know about your partner. You feel what I'm saying? What stimulate them? Like, shoot, like I watched something on, was it on Netflix? I was writing. The girl said she like guys who stimulate her mind. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a sexual preference. I can't remember the proper name for it. I kind of want to be in that league, though.
No, what's your? You see how she said that?
Sapio something.
Google it, please.
Google it. Well, I don't know what the name, but the way this girl was talking, Trev.
Yeah.
While she's making love, she like has poetry being taught in the background.
I'm out.
No,
but Trev,
I could write some nice stuff, but
Trev, you see what I'm saying?
You read it in your own time. I'm not going to listen to Edgar Allan Poe while
he's
sitting there drilling, dog. Like sitting there. To be or not to be. Yeah, girl.
To be or not to be. Look at her. That is the question.
That is the question. Got your answer right here.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? It's to each their own.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, right? But sometimes you got to learn how to think outside the box. You know, sometimes, guys, I'm saying boys being boy. Sometimes as a boy, you got to be a boy. You know, like, yes, we have to touch our emotional side. And sometimes, yes, we have to be a man. You feel what I'm saying? But if you forget about the fun part of being a boy, what's the purpose of being a man? You know what I mean? You have to learn. It's the one of the biggest things I've heard people talk about is the best of both worlds, and how to find ways to combine them. That's what we need to do, is to combine the best of both worlds. Combine the knowledge of you have of what it takes for you to be a man, and for what it takes for a woman to be happy, and take them like a puzzle and put them together and see what you get.
Right.
And I'm not gonna say it's always gonna fit.
No, not everyone's meant for everyone.
No, and you see how you said that, Trev? You see, when you look at that puzzle and it don't fit, you may have to remove a piece.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes and my wife will hear me use this word a lot. It's like doing the most. Sometimes you just, in some situations you can't do the most, but some situations require you to do the most. You feel me? Yeah. So you have to learn the hot buttons. Learn when to. I forgot the name of the song, but it was talking about when to pull you in. Yeah, I know when to pull air supplies, right? Air supplies. It's a group from the 80s, right? One of my favorite groups, right? Oh. One of the part of the song goes, "I know when to pull you closer, and I know when to let you loose." You feel what I'm saying? It's to know what your person drive is.
Right.
It's like your car. You feel what I'm saying? You know, it has like RPMs and stuff like that. It's like when you step on that gas, try not to let the gauge get into the red part of the RPM before you change gear, because you may be blowing your head, gas gear, stuff like that. So you just got to learn how to switch lanes before it gets to that part. You feel me? I think that's the best way I can put it. Yeah, learn how to shift gears correctly.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't just shift gears. And
Gear 1 can't get you all the way.
No, it cannot.
That's a deep one. I just made that
up. Yo, that but Trevor's right. Gear 1 can't get you all the way. And
sapiosexual. Sorry.
Could you read the definition?
Yeah, definition of sapiosexual, please.
Sapiosexual, of a person finding intelligence sexually attractive or arousing. I met a PhD student from Germany who told me that he was a sapiosexual. A person who finds intelligence sexually attractive or arousing.
Can we find a sapiosexual woman, please?
Let's go.
Yeah, because I'm like, a guy, sapiosexual?
Find a sapiosexual woman. Like that doesn't that I didn't even want to put that in my spirit right now. Like
Nah,
that I didn't even want
this is why I love Urban Dictionary, free promotion. Sapiosexual, something you put on your dating profile if you want to be pretentious.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with being pretentious nowadays, yo.
You ever Google? I mean, I said this privately to y'all. Google your name on Urban Dictionary.
Pretentious, to use big words to make yourself sound smarter than you actually are.
No, Dennis. Google your name in Urban Dictionary.
Oh yeah, we had this in the car.
Yeah, but we never posted what it says. And censor it, sir.
Okay, let's see.
TikTok. We just all went silent for a second.
Yo, Urban Dictionary is dangerous, yo.
I mean, my last name came up, but
it's the one and only Urban Dictionary. Danny.
Is Danny more of a
Danny? A person.
Who called you Danny before? Not one chick called you Danny.
I had a couple of people call me that, but usually any Spanish girl that I dated called me that.
It's like shout out to all the Spanish girls who calling me the wrong name.
Can't have an S at the end.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
It's silent.
Sure.
A person with lots of layers of goodness, like an onion without the crying and smell. Let's see. A person that will always be there for her friends. She is sometimes crazy, but great to be around. Usually dark hair, beautiful green eyes.
Nowhere on your description.
It's like, then she not urban, dog.
Let's use Daniel then.
Yeah, let's
TikTok.
A friend who sticks by your side no matter what. Everybody from kids to people to your own age. Grandparents love him. He himself is a total kid at heart that will have you rolling on the ground laughing with his antics. Yeah, that's me. All right, let's see. He is the leader of his friend group. I'm not the leader, but and throws parties like no other.
Yeah, bull.
What? I mean, do one good one.
When you had a party?
The 80s one. The birthday party?
That was thrown for you.
I was there.
Yeah,
I planned half of that.
All right, cool.
Let's see. While at first glance, he's just the best friend kind of guy, the truth is he's an amazing romantic just waiting for his princess. His strong build and gorgeous eyes added to his amazing personality make him perfect.
Please go with someone else's before you meet me.
If you ever meet him, don't don't crap on my shine. If you're the lucky girl he chooses, don't be stupid because he will love you like you've never been loved before. He won't walk out of your life, but you better be smart enough to do the same. If you met him, you'll know you haven't and you're missing out because knowing him is the best thing that will ever happen.
Yo, whoever wrote that
last part
at the end, they were crying when they wrote that.
Yes, they were.
You would never want him out.
Somebody was at gunpoint, dog. Because I wouldn't even say all of that about myself. I've made some choice mistakes, but I ain't that good, dog. Yo, this is a book character's like profile right here. Like I'll take the first half, but like the rest of it, I'm like, yeah, that's a stretch, dog. That sounds like somebody that was clearly upset at some female and ended up writing it about himself and said, "Hey, you see what this says about me? It's crazy, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'll go then.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not reading mine. Someone else gonna read it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go. I look up my government name, so it's different.
Yeah.
So not to call my name, it's sweet, caring, loving, and willing to do whatever it takes to make his girl happy. I guess that's why he's sexy. I'm sexy. I don't know who he thinks he is. Yeah, who he thinks he is. I'm amazing in bed. Facts. and I'm his different than any other guy. Facts. I wouldn't say I'm perfect. He says I'm perfect. He's good at everything, yet at the same time, he's not cocky. That's true. I try to be very optimistic. Will make you laugh when you feel like you might cry. That's facts. I try to put a light in everybody's dark situation. Is a total gentleman with the wild side. See, dog. Yo, Chanel, you listening? When you're with him, your worries will melt away. I've been melting more than just your worries.
Jesus.
If you can find me, Don't let me go, or you'll be wishing you hadn't.
That's another part.
I swear these were written by petty people.
Yo,
dog.
I'm just saying, yo.
Don't let me go, or else
Don't
you
let me
gonna
go.
regret it.
You gonna regret.
That
Yo,
means you, Janet.
yo, shout out to Urban Dictionary, dog, who showed me a lot of love in that situation.
Oh man,
That was a good one. Yo, guys, I'm gonna say.
Oh, no! Don't leave me out this.
Oh, sure. Yeah, wait, you got your Trev.
Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Read that for me. Right
Trevor got the Urban Dictionary.
yo, I swear somebody.
You may want to let Trevor read his own, dog. Yeah, you may want to let Trevor.
This will sound kind of suspect.
You may want to let Trevor.
That's the first line alone.
Is this the right one? Because I remember we read one that was like, yup.
Trevor's like, that's it.
Okay, let me read this one.
They probably updated it.
Yeah. We're factual. Trevor. He is the best thing that happened. The best thing that'll happen to you. He's very sweet, the romantic type. Shout out to he's lovable, caring, wonderful, and extremely different from all the other guys on this earth.
On this earth.
Planetary destruction.
He's somebody you want to roast spend. What? That's how they wrote.
Hey.
Roast spend?
Yo.
To spend the rest of your life with. They said roll, but from whatever.
Are you dyslexic?
It says roll. Jerk.
Oh, it does say roll.
Ass. Anyway, he's somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with. It's something about him that makes him so amazing. He'll make you feel safe and sound.
It sounds like a Tinder profile.
You can kick rocks right now. But mostly importantly, love. Trevor is the kind of wonderful, and he will bring perfection to your life unexpectedly, but it will change the rest of your life as long as you have him in your life. Like, no, there was one that was like freaky. Where is that one?
And Trevor's like, I need that one.
We need that one right now.
I will search for this stuff. Well, let me just go look my stuff up again.
Whoa. Trevor,
you know why? Because a woman looked it up last time, bro.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Wasn't describing me. Here's one that might.
Trevor's like, I'm going to read this. Let me prove for you first.
This one is kind of disgusting because I wouldn't read it. It basically says, Trevor, a unit of measure equal to 1 penis pound of thrust. Most often used to measure the amount of sexual prowess needed for a woman to achieve orgasm.
Lord, one stroke.
Will change your life.
To convert to metric units, 1,000 Trevors is equal to 1 metric penis tongue of force. I don't know if I can say the D word. So, example, man, Angela Jolie is easy to only took me 3 Trevors to make her squeal.
Oh. Only 3 Trevors, huh?
So your definition is a long way of saying you're a pump.
What?
That's basically what he's saying.
See, I'm
like
turning
3
off this.
pumps.
This is getting disgusting now.
Yeah, it's a little pineapples.
Yes. Oranges, though. Urban Dictionary. Yo, Urban Dictionary is funny. We haven't done that for quite some time.
On there, dog. Like,
but no, real talk. Like with this topic today, I thought we were gonna also include that whole the judge that's trying to.
Oh, dog, he looks like he did it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, please describe him.
he
honorable.
First of all, he's Trump's homeboy.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna deny that. Oh, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
What happened with his trial thing? Like, because they said they was gonna figure out what was gonna happen. I think that was yesterday.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, guys. Look, because if you're talking about the same guy, I think that's the guy who
I'm trying to get his name.
Right. I think it's the same guy who, when Bill Clinton got called Monica Lewinsky, he's the same one who asked Bill Clinton all those questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you listen to the questions that he asked Clinton, and I'm gonna say it like this, while you guys pulling it up, if I make sure it's the same guy, while he was asking Clinton a lot of these questions, he was tough on Clinton. You feel me? So when they started asking him the same questions, he was like, well, I'm not answering these questions. These are personal information you're asking me. But it was like, yo, and I'm going to say it like this, guys. Clinton deserved the questions that was asked to him.
Yeah.
He deserved it because as a president or anybody of government, right? Government power. If you're placed in that situation, you do things like that, that's the backlash you're going to get. You feel me? So you take what comes with it. But my thing with it with this guy, I just want to make sure it's the same person, that if you're doing the same thing, right, don't tell me it's sensitive, because you didn't think it was sensitive when you were doing it to me.
So what exactly was he doing?
I think he just got caught, man.
Doing what?
They all do. They all messing with people outside there. Most of these people are married, Trev, and messing with people outside their marriage and getting caught.
Isn't this he didn't do something when he was like a teenager?
Yeah.
Or something like that. What are you reading?
Let's see. Christine Blasey Ford's handwritten account of her allegations against Supreme Court Justice nominee, dated August 7, 2018, was sent to the Senate's Judiciary Committee of Staff for her polygraph report. Let's see what this says.
You gonna read the note?
Yeah, it says, while in high school in the 80s, I went to a small party in Montgomery County area. There were 4 boys and a couple of girls. At one point, I went to a small stairwell to use the restroom. At that time, I was pushed into a bedroom and was locked in the room, and let's see, pushed onto a bed. The handwriting is pretty bad. The boys were in there, laid on top of me, and
so she got raped. Long story short,
basically,
yeah, you don't have to get too graphic with it. I mean,
yeah, they held her down.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, guys. You know what the sad thing about a lot of these official people getting caught for sexual assault, sexual allegations.
I guess they tried, and she managed to
pervert the course of rape.
Yeah, it looks like they were about to get into it, and then something happened, and like she ended up falling up on the floor, and she ran out of the room or whatever. So, but even so, that's
rape. No, that's rape.
Serious.
That's rape. She may never have gotten completely raped, but for the fact, I mean, I can't even say, because then
the attempt alone is bad enough.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it like this, guys. And I'm not to deteriorate away from the subject for all this. The reason why I'm gonna say is, Trevor, I didn't want to get away from the rape thing because it's highlighted too much in our culture lately. I mean, and I'm gonna say this: I'm a big part of the Me Too. If you're getting raped, right, or were raped, and this is your moment to speak out, I mean, go ahead and speak out. But I'm gonna say this right now: how the media is portraying a lot of these things, because right, you're talking about him and his allegation, which I'm gonna keep it real. Dennis is not gonna stick, because you just read enough information to me to tell me why is it not gonna stick.
Here's the thing that gets me though. It's how do you go about this stuff? Like, the person goes through like 28 years of their entire life, and then you come out when they're about to do something, like something, like he was Donald Trump's nominee or whatever. That's a big, honor, because I mean, he's still the POTUS or whatever, so it's a big honor. And then you're like, oh yeah, this happened. Yeah. Why didn't you make an account when it actually did happen? You feel me? Like, you waited this long. I know people get scared and stuff like that, and they don't know what to do. But like, this much time later, like you said, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to get that to stick on that, because from what it sounds like, there was more people in the room, and if all those people go ahead and they deny that,
but all those other guys or other people were guys that they're gonna look out for each other. Because they know they got their own wives now, their own children, so they're gonna make
they'll all take the fall for that.
Yeah.
If it's true, they'll all go down.
Yeah.
If not, then it's not. But like, it's like I kind of feel like, sad to say, I kind of feel like she waited way too long to deal with something like that.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this, and times has changed. Me Too now in this generation is different from what it was then, because you're coming from a generation where it's who you're telling and who's in control. Now, because we have social media, a lot of people in high authoritative figure has lost power to social media, because backlash is a big thing. Backlash is why somebody going on, I'm gonna say, Burger King website and complain about their burgers be nasty and getting free burger. because they don't want a backlash. And then before,
Since you said the burgers are nasty, we're gonna give you one for
we
free.
give you one for free. It's not like before where you complain in the store and they're like, "Well, you ain't getting a refund," and just push you out and close the door. Times has changed when it comes to certain things. So I mean, the Me Too and backlash is different. That's why you see. Look at Bill Cosby.
Oh, he's gone.
Bill Cosby. Yo, I'm gonna.
Sentence 3 to 10 years.
I want to show you how sad it is. Yo, Bill Cosby. They already had a job he was going to be doing in jail before the man even went to jail.
Are you for real?
Yeah,
What's he? What job?
I think they're gonna have him doing a custodian where he's gonna be sweeping and wiping floors.
I mean, he's old, so.
Yeah, he's legally blind, so let him sweep and wipe floors that he can't see.
Oh my god.
That's a whole other conversation. And then they already been making fun. He gonna be in cell block D. So
Listen, he did the
See,
crime.
but here's
Yeah.
the thing though. Like, even though he's going to jail, a lot of those people would probably respect him because they grew up with him.
yeah, but I want to say,
Like
look,
Dr.
Dennis,
Huxtable.
look at the 80, because Bill Cosby in them 80s too. I don't want to say it like this. Look at the 80-something year old lady who Emmett Tillman or whatever his name is. Emmett Till, right? When she basically came and said that, yo, well, what they did was she was lying.
Mm-hmm.
He really didn't do anything to her, and the man is dead. She ain't going to jail. She did the crime. If she ain't going to jail, Harvey Weinstein did the crime. He ain't going to jail. Harvey money good, and Harvey money's good in the ways it need to be good. Bill Cosby money was good too, but when Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC, they were never gonna let that happen. They were gonna give him all that power. It's bad enough we gave Oprah that power.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I keep it real when it comes to a lot of these allegations. It's each your own. That ties into last week's episode with the crab in a barrel, because a lot of these people know Bill Cosby was doing these things before, but not until they felt like what he was going to try to do now was gonna affect him, that make him come out. Do you know the lady who basically who Casey got charged for, been trying to charge Bill since early 90s?
For real?
Yeah, she been trying to put Bill in a lockdown since the 90s, and they've shrugged her underneath the rug for years. Now look at her now. You feel what I'm saying? So somebody who knew about this, who wanted to out him, got the chance and brought him back to out him.
Right.
Because I want you to realize, if worst case scenario, I guarantee if Bill would have caught wind of this without the money he had, he probably would have settled this foolishness. And I'm saying settle in the sense that, yo, I'm gonna toss her $1 million and she'll probably stay quiet.
See, but it was more than one of her.
No, it was all right, Dennis. The amount of money he got, I guarantee Bill can probably rape not God. I don't want to say it like this from the listeners out there. I'm not telling you to rape 100 girls, but the way thoughts are nowadays, you have strippers who get down with musicians and entertainers whose income is not $1 million, hoping they can get a check out of them, and they're doing it for free. Mm-hmm. I guarantee Bill could have paid a good 100 set of girls.
So you remember what happened to Tiger? At first it was like 1, then it was 3.
Yo, they rolled out on
15,
Tiger.
Then it was like 40 allegations.
Yeah,
but they didn't say it was rape though.
No, Tiger wasn't rape. Tiger was just cheating on his wife.
Yeah,
they were just mistresses, but these mistresses were loyal because Tiger was keeping his end of the bargain. He's like, look,
see, but they were all getting checks too.
They were getting checks. It's just that, Dennis, I want to tell you something. Tiger, when you have somebody giving you $10,000 every now and then, is okay until someone calls you and be like, you have a story? I'm gonna give you $100,000.
Whoa.
And you start thinking to yourself, wait, you're gonna break my story for $100,000? But like, yeah, look, do it, and we're gonna write a book. And this is the income you're grossing. You start thinking to yourself, I want you to realize
fast cash.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some fast cash information. You remember when OJ first killed, when OJ's wife first died? I don't want to say allegedly.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
You're right. No, I'm going back. No, sure. The reason I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tie this in, right?
Yeah.
Her friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Kim Kardashian's mom. Kim Kardashian's mom's friend too. Basically wrote a book about the whole OJ thing when OJ was going to jail, because she was like, "Yo, you see, that's
what?
Yeah, she wrote a book about the situation, saying that if he did it, like he did it already, because she know Nicole." But what she was doing in the book, she was naming all the escapades, saying that, yo, her and OJ's wife, they were having sexual intercourse with different people, and you know what I mean, they used to get coked up and all that. You feel me? She wasn't even part of the trial. But because she was affiliated with them, she started getting TV shows. And now this was in the 90s, and it's nobody's even, we're not even that, we had to be going back to that TV time for me to give her name. But she was on the news and all that. Like, she made a good amount of money, and the book sold extremely well because conspiracy theorists bought the book to see if she was going to give out any information about OJ that they didn't have already. So she already sold half of her stuff because people was just trying to find information out. So you see, whenever, and this is something crazy. Whenever anything negativity starts, there's always opportunists who's going to be there to get it, or to bite on it. You feel me? We can use Kim Kardashian right now. I'm gonna say, look, Kanye is feeling just hurt about people saying that they dated Kim, right? Or
if it happened,
yeah,
it happened. Though he can't say nothing.
Yo, no, but he's saying that, yo, this is what I want people to say, yo, like, I know Kanye, I'm good with him. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna speak in that man's relationship, but it's like, yo, dog, I'm gonna keep it real. If
I said I'm gonna need Ray J to stop talking about my wife.
If you want to know anything about
Ray J yet?
He did say no. He didn't call Rich. He called Nick Cannon, Tyson Beckford, a couple dudes.
He been said Ray J.
I mean, it's kind of facts with Ray J.
Yeah, but I want to say it like this: if you want to know,
Ray J gave them,
though boring as
like
sex tape I ever seen.
It wasn't that good.
It was boring. It was boring.
Like, when they moved into the house on the same street as Ray J and them,
yeah,
he gave them the previous year's earnings of the sex tape as a moving in gift. It was like $25,000 something dollars. Just cut a check. He's like, here you go.
Yeah, made that Pornhub money.
Yeah, and then you gonna make like that track that he made.
Yo, you want to hear something funny?
First,
you want to hear something funny, Dennis?
Like that? Like, I was like,
Dennis, who you think sold the sex tape? Who you think sold the sex tape? I want to see. I think this is facts.
I think sold the sex tape.
Her mother.
Her mother.
Her mother is the one that sold the sex tape. Her mother was like, "You already did it. It's going to leak." And I forgot. I think the guy who owned Penthouse, if my memory is correctly, she took the tape to them and sold it. Her mom, bro.
Hey, secure the bag.
Hey, she secured the bag. Did you know what she came out with after that? Keeping up with the Kardashians.
Couple football players.
Right after that.
That's when that Kardashian curse stuff started.
Yo, I ain't gonna say. I'm not saying it's a curse or witches, whatever people said they're doing over there. But whatever she's doing over there is working, bro. I keep it real. Yo, her daughter Kylie is a billionaire.
Wait, what is she?
Yeah. Or she was supposed to be getting a billionaire because whatever her makeup sales were supposed to average out by the end of the year, Trev, she would make her a billionaire. You can Google it for fun. You know, you feel what I'm saying? So and all Kylie does is go on Instagram and Snapchat and puff up her lips with whatever the makeup she's wearing.
That's her stuff.
And show her body every now and then.
I mean, yeah,
Jesus, 900 million. What are you doing,
Trev, point proven.
Yeah, and then you got what the Fenty line and stuff like that.
No, don't do that. Fenty is Rihanna.
Yeah.
So, we won't respect. Yeah,
we're gonna show some respect for Riri.
Oh, bro, I got mad respect for that.
Lipstick. Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying. But
she just dropped the black one.
Yeah, I mean,
females is going crazy for that right now.
No, I can say this. I'm proud of Rihanna, and I'm gonna tell you why. Rihanna thing is different from the Kardashians. Rihanna used her platform from what she was doing before to build this brand, and I want to shout out to her track Umbrella because umbrellas will open these doors. When she first did Umbrella, Dennis, she was just becoming big at that time. She went over to Europe, and you know how it rains a lot in Europe. Or in England and places like that, they came out with an umbrella line for her, and the umbrella line took off. She was one of the first people to have an umbrella that when you open it, you can read a newspaper in the umbrella. It was like digital, and you get to read it. So she realized that she had power in branding, and when she went over to in China, over the Asian side of the world, they started talking to her about dressing up in clothes. That's where she started getting into that gothic thing. Because the goth was big over there because they were into the platform boots, the colors, the colors and the different looks, and she got into clothing. You feel me? But her platform is what driven her to what she's at now. Then she got to makeup. The makeup line was just took off because every girl wear makeup, regardless. religious or non-religious relief, because the Muslim wear makeups, the Buddhists wear makeups, the Christians wear makeups. So she basically found a brand that basically transitioned across all.
Right.
So I'm gonna say this: if Kylie's worth $900 million off makeup, I don't want to think where Rihanna's worth. Then that means Rihanna is probably way beyond that.
Riri, I'm gonna need you on this podcast.
Yo, shout out to Riri. If you know what I'm saying.
Imagine if she was on this podcast.
I don't think I'd be able to talk.
Why?
I
wouldn't
even call it starstruck. Like dog, like I would just be thirsty. Bro.
If you see that's why she won't come to the podcast. Yeah, but and I would love to have Rihanna on the podcast. I have a lot of things I would like to talk to her about.
I would just love to talk to somebody like that's on that level of a profile and have them break it down for us. You feel me? Like granted, I'd be like, damn, it's Rihanna or something like that. But I'd want to talk to her from a business standpoint. But what kind of moves do you make? Like, what do you do to improve and stuff like that?
More
on music level?
No. I'm more on how are you at the house?
Yeah.
Yo, what shows you watch?
No, Trev, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Trev, those are the things
too.
I want to know. I want to know Rihanna. I mean, but then this is right because
I want to have a mogul conversation. Then we could get into the personal stuff. Because if you got somebody that's that high of a profile right there, you gotta ask them the questions that you want to ask them because you never know if you're gonna see them again. You feel me? So
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Dennis. If Rihanna meets me, she coming back.
Oh yeah,
yeah, she coming back.
You make Chanel hate Rihanna.
No. I'll say this: if Rihanna meets me and Chanel, she coming back.
All right, there you go.
She ain't going nowhere. I'm just because not
Y'all
saying
gonna be flown out.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Rihanna, we're waiting for you. Come true, so we can fly out together. But that's a whole nother conversation about being starstruck.
So anything left? We gotta talk about Carter 5.
Wasn't. I mean, Trevor, go on. I want you to give me your opinion on Carter 5 before I say my opinion.
Well, see, my opinion is very uneducated because I never really listened to Wayne except for the mainstream tracks and some underground ones. I loved it. I'm like, okay, you're actually saying something with some substance.
Some substance to it.
Especially my favorite track so far is Mona Lisa with Kendrick Lamar.
That's everybody's favorite.
Yes. Yeah, because Kendrick bodied him.
Only track that I have heard about from that album.
Yeah, and listen to this.
That is it.
The reason why I kind of love it on a different aspect, it kind of shows how far Kendrick has got and how far he could go. Because he bodied Wayne on that. On lyrically and substance. And you could tell that he got a lot more in his bag still. And Wayne is just keeping up with it.
The thing is with the album, I'm not gonna say that I didn't like it. I appreciated it because we finally got a Carter 5.
So was it worth the wait?
To me,
it's 6 years.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it wasn't worth the wait because it was legal issues that was keeping Wayne away from dropping that album.
My thing is if it would have dropped what it was supposed to, I would have appreciated it more.
You know what?
But now my taste in music has changed drastically from the way that it was then. So now I'm looking at it from a different aspect. While I have other people like Lupe and Logic and Kendrick and J. Cole and all of them that are dropping projects and stuff that you're listening to, they have a different style of music.
Yes.
My whole music style shifted towards that. You feel me? So the stuff that he's saying, some of it's clever, some of it's witty, but it's just not my taste anymore. You feel me?
I think there was a comment you said earlier that it sounds dated. I really think people going to say that because they've been expecting the Carter 5 to be the same thing that was supposed to be dropped over 6 years ago. Yes. I seriously doubt that's the same thing.
I mean, he updated some of the content.
It could be some tracks that maybe was made a while ago and they're refreshing it and brought it. But the one with XX Tentacion, whatever. Sorry, rest in peace. But one with that, come on, that's recent. One with Kendrick was recent. No, even though it's been out for a little while, but there's some that it's within the past year or two.
Yeah, easily. But I don't know. And like he's still like he went on the album and he was claiming like best rapper alive and stuff like that.
On this one?
Yeah, and I was like, you can't say that anymore.
What track he said that?
He said it on, I believe it was either the 6th or 7th track on there. And he was like, "Oh, best rapper alive." I'm like, you really can't claim that. And like me personally,
he couldn't claim it back then either. He just said it.
I mean, he been saying it,
but like he had his own lane, and you had people that had that certain type of cult following towards it. Now, like you come out and you saying best rapper alive, and like they're looking at you like you crazy, dog. Like it's like, yo, when did you beat Cole and Kendrick? When did you beat this person and this person and that person? Like I was sitting at work yesterday, and we were talking about like, oh, whether or not he'd be in our top 10s. And I was like, honestly, I don't even think he's in my top 20 as of right now, of top 20 artists, like, of all time for me. And he was not. I got to, like, 23, and I still didn't name his name. Like, it was insane.
I don't know if I can name 20 artists off top. They're like, yo, this is who I... There's only a few that I'm like, okay, when they drop something, I go straight to them. When Huawei drops, I go run, listen. Yes. When Kendrick, of course, just to hear a feature, I'm like, okay, definitely gonna listen, because he don't jump on everything. Same as Cole. Yeah. I mean,
Cole is my dude. I be liking J. Cole a lot as the years gone by. I like his style of rap.
Yeah,
I think that's where it catches me, because I mean, Kendrick is from the Carolinas, but he has a New York vibe to him.
Carolinas.
No, Kendrick, I mean J. Cole.
Oh, yeah.
J. Cole's from the Carolinas, and he has a New York vibe to him. So I do like Cole stuff a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Kendrick to me feels like a rebirth of Tupac. Tupac with more flavor and style.
Yeah, and more wokeness.
More wokeness.
Like Logic's project that dropped literally the same day was so good to me. And like I'm speaking from the standpoint of a Logic fan and like somebody that is just reviewing his content, because like his style is early 90s mixed with like his own little flavor to it. And then he had the one track, Wu-Tang Forever, where he got like the entire Wu-Tang clan on there to spit with him. Like he went first, and then everybody else went afterwards. And I was like, yo, it's the whole squad. And it was like a long track too. Like it was really good. And then he had Iconic with Jaden Smith on there doing like a sample or whatever. And like it was basically like a sample of Jaden Smith's Icon beat. And that beat was fire. And what he did is he split it into two sides of a track, where the Icon like sample beat was first, and then they changed it up in the backside, and he just ripped into it. Like Logic is so talented, and like the way that I see him at right now is like he only has like room to grow.
Do you think that he is? He's contracted to be putting out 5 albums off his contract with Def Jam.
Oh, from what he was saying, he already has them done.
What? So is that kind of telling that you just rushed this? You rushed the art? Because he's talented, true.
Yeah,
can't take that away from him.
But it will take away from timeline, though, Trevor. You know that, because people like when current events are tied in. You realize when you can see it from Jay-Z. When Jay-Z does his albums, it always feels like the stuff that he ties in from current events is what everybody talks about. Like when he did "I'm Not Black, I'm OJ." That's when OJ came fresh off the Netflix special. You know, the OJ Simmons story that was on Netflix. Everybody was watching and talking about that. That's what he goes, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." Okay, because that was one of the main things everybody talked about from the thing. You feel what I'm saying? It's people like current events. So sometimes when you have the art put down, and I've heard artists say that they have that before, and then they have to go back and re-edit a track, mean that take a couple lines out to switch the lines around to make it more work towards what's going on now. So I mean, it could go two ways, because for where I see rap music is, I'm happy to see that there's artists coming back with bars.
Yeah,
because
of course.
It felt like Rumble was. The mumble thing was slowly a takeover. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just happy that more bars that came out.
He was taking a shot at mumble rappers on his album too. Like he didn't name anybody specific, but he basically said the era of mumble is over.
Well, I mean, I can't even say that because Migos is still doing their thing. You feel what I'm saying? So as long as we got Migos out there, not hating on Migos, but as long as Migos is dropping music, right, we're gonna have one little mumble rapping group. But I think that's what I felt about. That's what made Lil Wayne album felt good to me, is that I finally I didn't have to listen to any more mumble rapping again. You feel what I'm saying? But I felt like body of work, it could have been better. It was good. It was a good album. It was put together. It was put together based on the fact you can tell Lil Wayne, him and his team came into the studio and they had a project in mind. Yeah. But this project, I don't see no number ones from it.
Okay, so do you believe this is his last?
I hope so.
Well, I'm not saying it may not be his last album overall. This may be his last album as a Cash Money artist.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. I think he's too confined there.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not saying anything. I think the good thing about Drake, J. Cole, and a lot of those artists is that they are reaching out to multiple producers to get their stuff doing. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't say because Drake stick with 40. But even though 40 is what works and touches all...
more engineered.
It's more... You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But... it's just some reason Lil Wayne just felt like he's just hopped up. He's just stuck at Cash Money. Everything he does there is through Cash Money. When Lil Wayne touches on anybody else's project that has no production from Cash Money other than from him on the record, they always sell pretty good. We can take Fat Joe from the end of December. Got a hands full of money, made to grab an umbrella and make it rain. You feel what I'm saying? If my memory is correct, that was Scott Storch who did that beat.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But whenever I hear Wayne on anybody else's thing away from Cash Money, he sounds good. That's why he sounds so good when he's with Drake.
He's a feature artist. Like, to me, Wayne is a feature artist.
Now
he sounds better on features. Like, even back then, he sounded better on features than he did on his own like tracks. Because he went on those people's tracks with the intent of like showing out. Like you hear that lighter flick, or you hear him, drop his tones or whatever.
Too. I'm like, okay, so that is his trademark.
Well, that's his thing, the lighter flick. And then you hear that. Yeah. Like, it's like
Young Money.
Yo, just from speaking of Wayne, just recently listened to So Far Gone again.
Drake?
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot how much of a classic that was.
Yo, Drake.
I'm talking about the mistake one.
Yo, like if you listen to it, you'll listen to it and you'll be like, "This is the type of stuff I was bumping to back then." Like it was clever.
Yeah.
Like from the mind state that you're in now, or that I'm in now with the music and stuff, it was clever.
Mm-hmm.
But it was simple. But that's the type of stuff that was out back then. Like that what bring me back to the point of Wayne. When Wayne actually started spitting on the album, like hardcore spitting, then I was like, all right, okay, here we go. And then there was one track where he rhymed, what was it? He said mine. He rhymed mine with mine like 6 times in a row, like 6 or 7 times in a row. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
click.
Yo, but I want to say this. I'm not to stay away from Wayne. Wayne got tracks. I can probably name a couple of tracks of Wayne that I would play, but I'm gonna say it from Young Money side. Drake is the best thing that came from over there. Wayne is the gate, right? Because I mean, we can go back to Juvenile being the gate. Then, if I'm saying Wayne being the doorman and Drake become the workhorse. Because from what they've gotten, all right, look,
you got a couple of people that spawned out from that direction too.
No, that's
like Currency. Currency puts out his own independent projects, and he was signed to them for a certain point.
Yeah,
and then he didn't want to be a commercial artist because he wanted to put out his own music. Then he basically, started his Jet Life movement and took off. And he's still like popular to this day. Yeah,
but Dennis, I want you to think about. All right, it's as a if you're branding a project or an item, Drake has made Cash Money so much money that's uncompare. Not saying Nicki, Tyga, Wayne, Tyga, all those people. You didn't bring the money. Juvenile, Cash Money, the Cash Money group, they didn't bring them money.
But compared to Drake,
compared to Drake,
yeah,
I want you to understand, Dennis. For the last like 6-7 years, Drake has been considered the number one artist in hip hop. People in mainstream. Well, I mean, Trev. Kendrick is top. If you know what I'm saying, but Kendrick fluctuates. Not saying anything. Kendrick comes and goes. For some reason, Drake has found a way to stay to be there. He may not be number one.
He's on that list.
He ain't never number 10 either. You know what I'm saying? But and a matter of fact, he's not even top. He will never be in the top 6, top 5. Drake always have 2 songs in the top 5. He may not be sitting at the number 1 spot at the moment, right? But he's in there. He's in that conversation. And I'm gonna say this: if I'm selling a product, and you can stay top 5 for 10 years, you've made like right now. Drake could walk out of Cash Money's deal, and then Boyz is still good for another 10 years off. Whichever this is on the legal side of it. I mean, distribution and all the other stuff that he's gonna get playoff.
He supposedly does he got a deal with Rock Nation coming on?
I think because I think he just did his last project
everything is cool with Baby or Birdman. I'm not calling him Baby.
No, Baby.
Last time someone called him Baby.
No,
by the way.
Trevor, I think the last album he did was his deal. That was the last album for his Cash Money deal. So he gave them everything from his project. So the question would have been: is he gonna stay with Cash Money, or is he gonna go to Rock Nation?
I mean, retire.
I mean,
like he's supposed to have been retired at 35.
I already wrote him off as retired.
With Drake?
No.
Not Drake.
I thought you talking about Wayne.
Sorry.
Wayne? I mean, Wayne should retire. Wayne should be an AR right now, with an A&R, whatever they want to call it.
A&R, artist in relation. But, like, if you're talking about Drake should, not Rock Nation, what is it, Universal?
A Universal deal with a straight Universal?
Yeah, with OVO.
Yes, he should do that, because that would have helped him promote, or even so, stay with Wayne, right? So Young Money, Cash, Wayne still make his money and promote his OVO group, because I ain't gonna lie, I think there's a lot of talent that's left in Canada that's not being let out.
There's a lot that we don't hear.
Because
they're not signed under OVO.
Well, Trevor, look at Justin Bieber, Drake, Lady Gaga. Whenever we gain anything that's that diamond in the rough from over there, we expand.
Yeah,
you feel me?
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Who else?
Corey Lanez.
Who?
Corey Lanez.
Tory Lanez. I was like Corey. Huh?
Tory Lanez.
Majid Jordan.
Yeah, and this new singer, Alex Reyes. I think I mentioned that before.
Who's Dave East with?
Dave is from Brooklyn, ain't he?
Okay. Yeah.
Who else do they have?
But okay, a side note, right? We don't only just listen to hip hop. We do listen to R&B. We listen to reggae. So
house music. Well, at least
him, just him. And
I listen to music. I just started branching out and like trying to listen to some country and stuff because I used to just be off from it. And some of the stuff is actually like really, really good.
You're by yourself, sir. The new reggae album that just came out is Hope River by Assassin. So shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
New R&B album called Nyla by Marsha Abrosha, formerly of Forward Tree.
Mm-hmm.
So big up to them too.
Shoot, Beanie Man just dropped him album. I talked about it last time. Beanie Man album is pretty straight.
I need Andre
I love the
3000
doctor.
to drop a project. I don't even care if it's a mixtape.
Just give up,
please.
Nope.
Oh, I know if any one of you guys watch UFC.
Nah.
Well, I'm gonna throw it out there. John Jones got reinstated. John Jones is coming back. He should be able to fight.
Yeah. I didn't even know he left.
He got banned, not left, bro.
I didn't even know he got banned.
Yeah. Boy got banned.
I really don't even know who he is. So
you know who John Jones is?
I heard the name.
So, drop a positive quote. Dennis drop an ignorant quote.
Why do I have to have the ignorant?
Because we know you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, on the positive note of the week, if you want help, seek it, and you will get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ignorant quote of the week. 2 hands work just as well as a bra. OnePot podcast, people.
Yeah.
See, I asked for it, and I can't even say nothing.
Yeah,
I asked for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you ever had that conversation with that one dude
No.
that would be like, yo, like, I've seen it happen so many times or whatever. It was like, yo, I got 2 hands. Or something like that. It's like, I don't know.
Who you hang with?
Yo, I used to hang with N-words.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, so...
All right.
Just,
I'm going home now.
Yeah.
So,
Yo, that's again, guys.
which home?
Yo, OnePot podcast.
Love them.
We out.
Yeah.